All
Fuck
right.
yeah.
Are you sure
So
about that?
I'm not sure. Last week, we started the session having just finished the fight with the were tiger abomination monstrosities that you
Hmm.
saved Benjamin and his two dogs from.
What a sentence.
Once you kind of the dust settled and people had gotten their were tiger trophies and all that jazz, you heard the noise of some distress coming from the direction of the caravan you just left. Everyone made a quick beeline back south, leaving Benjamin to take care of his dogs. On the way, you passed most of the caravan fleeing north, which you directed them very quickly to Benjamin, say, find him and stay there. So they're not just running headlong into the wilderness kind of thing. When you
So they're
arrived, you
nice.
found Elora,
Simply the best.
the three children knights, and some of the, I guess, kind of grown men left over facing down, kind of like a mammoth cobra hybrid, which was just a fun time had by all. The the children spent the entire fight terrified, and the men were just running back and forth trying to avoid the trampling path of the mammoth snake as it crushed two of the three carriages that the horses were drawing as part of the caravan. But you were able to come out victorious. Songshen even got one more soul
Yeah,
by getting the killing
a really
blow
big
on it.
one.
Yeah.
It only
And
counts as one.
only counts as one. Gimli rules.
Yeah, but there's a really, really big jar.
Emily
It only
rules.
counts as one.
Emily rules. Oh my
Mhm.
god. I love it.
So it is gonna be funny when like you turn in your souls because I'm sure
Mm.
most of the people who get this task like are actually just straight up assassins, and so it's just like a bunch of like humanoids that kind of got coup de grace.
Bunch of dead kids.
Yeah, just a
Probably
bunch of
not
guys.
kids. They're meant to be,
Sorry.
of fighting prowess because it's meant to
There's just
be.
one guy who went all
She
Anakin
never
Skywalker
Yeah.
on a
specified.
fucking yeah.
I got you 40 younglings. I know you only asked for 25.
Oh,
Order 99, baby. It's
Yeah.
here.
You
oh
What do you mean
God.
younglings and just 40 11-year-olds who were like at like a day camp for like some retired mercenary who was running, and also one mercenary.
I do really enjoy the idea of like going to hand this stuff in and everybody stood there surrounded by their souls and I just threw all of mine and it's just like, what the fuck did you
It's
do?
like three guys, a mammoth.
Yeah, a dog, like a weird dog thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, listen, I'm gonna go big or go home kind of person. So.
Yeah. She
yeah,
never
I like
specified
I
it
like
had to be
variety.
people.
That is true.
You're gonna win that one. But anyways,
She just said soldiers.
we ended the last session with y'all successfully arriving at the alchemist order of blood hunters, kind of outpost. It definitely has like a church they probably use for maybe pilgrimages or people seeking medical care or anything like that. There's a barracks for any of the companies of blood hunters who are currently staying, and then a main building that you could assume probably houses both the library and the kind of underground forges that Corin is specifically interested in.
Oh, so specifically.
And as you kind of approach, like Elora leads you in through the gates, you see a couple blood hunters who are kind of lounging around the front gate, kind of keeping watch. They definitely saw your arrival, and Elora kind of leads the caravan in and kind of points out the buildings and lets them know that you will find lodging for everyone and not
Can I roll a
worry.
performance check to see how hot I look?
Absolutely, I would love
Hell yeah.
nothing more.
hold on. I wasn't expecting for you to say yes.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why I thought he would say no.
It's Philip. Of course he's going to say yes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You've looked hotter.
Yeah, sure. That's fair.
Like, it's
Fair,
kind of
fair
like
criticism. Fair criticism.
like if you had
Can I
rolled
assist him?
this,
Can I assist him?
Prestidigitate like a gust.
yeah,
It'll go through his hair.
Go ahead, roll with advantage. Let Larazis do some magic. See how your entrance is. Okay.
There you go.
Fuck yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's still probably not as hot as you looked coming down from the mammoth, having used your hand axes as like climbing spikes.
That was pretty hot.
But like you're looking pretty good. Like the blood that is not yours is kind of like still like drying in all the right ways kind of thing, and then Larazis is just doing a little bit of gust of breeze, so like everything's just kind of rippling right, and it's like
Yeah.
probably like probably in your top 5 entrances for not fighting. Social top 5.
Social top 5.
Reasonable.
But yeah, y'all arrive. The caravan is dispersed. Everyone kind of grabs like the single bag they have and is instructed they can kind of settle down for now and they can get their possessions sorted later. But they had been through some stuff and it's okay to, rest. So, and as you all kind of see this scene unfold, a few more blood hunters approach from the main building. 2 of them look to be kind of your average younger, kind of maybe knight or just initiated brother kind of thing, and then the third one is kind of like nondescript physically man, but like he kind of has like a shoulder length hair with a few streaks of gray right at the front, and you can see he has like a war pick and a dagger sheathed at either side, and he greets you all and he says, "Welcome to what did I call it? Stead's Catacombs." And
Yeah, that's nice.
What was it?
I think this one is actually in Discord. Let me see. Yeah. So he says, "Welcome to Stead's Catacombs, the Temple of the Alchemist. Alora has informed us that you are heavily responsible for the safety of our new guests. My name is Robert Gruleith. I currently preside over the temple."
Hi.
You said this is a catacombs.
Yes.
So this is a blood hunter sanctuary, this place?
Correct.
And he's a blood hunter.
Also correct.
Okay, it's cool. So I'll
I
strive
think the
for him.
gray in the hair gave it away.
I'll give him, it's the general hotness, really. I'll step forward. I'll give him like the hero handshake, like the forearm handshake thing.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody here is a loser.
It
Incorrect.
reminds me of the Reinhardt handshake with his mentor.
Gladiator handshakes are
now I'm
never
sad.
the wrong thing.
If I did it, I would have to reach his elbow to like have him meet the middle of my arm.
Ew, you're so spindly.
He's like a little spider boy.
I was
Don't
gonna
call
say
me that, please.
I knew you'd appreciate
Don't be so
that.
spidery then.
Just so many legs, so much legs.
so much legs.
So much leg, yeah. It's not numerous, it's just like voluminous?
But like
No?
really spindly and associated with silk.
I'll be on you like a spider monkey.
Oh my god.
What are some other things I can do to make Travis uncomfortable? But I can
Liken
deny that I
Lorazis
was
onto a
doing-
spider.
Yeah, but I can pretend I wasn't doing it intentionally.
I mean, do his feet have like grippy hairs on them? Like spiders do?
That's
Or
fucking
tarantulas
weird.
do,
Fig.
I
Why
don't
would
know.
you say a thing like that? That's fucking heinous.
Well, it was
No.
either that or does Lorazis have a bunch of eyes?
Maybe the second one if he finds some magic
Cloak of
items
Eyes.
or whatever. But yeah, Lorazis
Ooh.
is naturally hairless. I think that's canon.
That yeah.
Oh, yeah, that-
Yeah,
I will-
agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
sick like a
perfect.
like a surfboard.
Yeah.
Even
I would
even
say-
even his follicles are too thin for hair to grow.
No, bad fig. Bad fig.
But
What?
What?
yeah, he returns your warrior's handshake. And what does Fig say?
That didn't even do anything.
I'm not gonna check that one because. And who do I have the honor of thanking?
I'm Corin Zadira, and these are my my friends, and I'll
I
introduce
go
each of
with
them.
a motley few.
Yep, that's the one.
Hi.
Oddly enough, I have heard of you.
Oh,
Kind of
no.
look at
It's
Lorazis
working.
like trying to be cool, but like yeah.
And he is gonna look.
I'm very excited that our reputation precedes us.
And he is gonna look directly at you, Corin, and be like, "I also know of you. I received a missive from Brother Tommen saying you would be on your way here. That you might have need of the Forge Masters."
God damn it. Yeah, can I look really sorrowful as I like reach into my bag and pull out the weird little Ziploc bag I have of all my sword parts?
Hey, do we still
So,
have that
I
hammer
have
that we're
my
supposed to bring
sword.
back to the fireplace?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Can we just infuse that with your blood?
That
That
hammer's
would
not
be
really
interesting, but
hammer's not really my vibe, Travis.
All right.
he needs.
I just
Like,
thought it'd be
yeah.
like a big, like,
needs
oh
to-
hey,
Yeah,
I
I
have
got
your
like
son's
the-
hammer. It's mine now.
Got like the big Ziploc bag with like shards of recompense, like sad smiley face. Like
He sees like your kind of mild sorrow, and he gives you kind of a comforting look, and he goes, "Yes, it's unknown why even the elders among us back to our inception have never quite gotten a straight answer from any of our patrons, but at a certain point you are deemed ready for the next journey of your elevation, and they decide to shatter your weapon. It happens to everyone.
So he lost his baby teeth.
I feel like that should have been in the handbook.
Well,
It happens to everyone. How bad are you guys with swords?
Not everybody
Like,
uses
making them.
swords.
That's
Okay,
the best
weapons
excuse
then.
for
Why
a
are you so
sword to
bad at
break I've
making
ever
weapons?
heard. Oh, it's supposed to break. Don't worry about
Right.
it. It just means you're better now.
Listen. All I'm saying is you should see the other guy. I fucked him up good. You know?
it doesn't happen
That is
to
fair.
everyone. It happens to everyone who is deemed worthy of taking the next step. Some
Oh.
never make it that far, and the initial weapon they are forged as their first step carries them all the way through their career. But the gods choose who they choose, and those who they choose deal with. He looks at your Ziploc bag again. Some hardships.
I stand up a little bit straighter. I feel a little prouder of myself now.
And like
And I was already pretty proud of myself. So you know.
I'm a special widow guy.
Mhm.
I'm God's favorite.
I may
special
not
widow
be
guy.
an heir apparent, but I'm special somehow.
Finner's just keeping quiet, surrounded by all of these blood hunters. He does not want to get killed.
Different order. So you're probably
Yeah, the Ghost Slayers
Yeah,
are
the
not
Ghost
here.
Hunters are somewhere else.
Yeah,
And
you're safe with me.
also Songshan would be, I think, more in danger than you would.
Oh, 100%.
Like
That is probably fair.
they see most of the time awakened armors are temporary things where it's like a soul momentarily gets lost kind of thing before making its way to the underworld. Reborn potentially are a blight upon mankind. So it's
She
like
loves that.
they
She stands up a little straighter. She's a little bit more proud of herself now. Yeah.
No, in character, I would if I see anybody giving me like a look, I'm just gonna stand way closer to Cora and just be like, no, thank you, don't pay attention to me. In real life, very funny.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at
A
this
blight upon
point,
humanity? Oh no.
yeah, be like, oh, unnatural. To be fair,
Hmm.
the goddess of death would probably agree with them.
This is the
Yeah,
most
that's fair.
dissimilar to one of her characters' fig has ever been.
That is true. Songshine is so gentle and sweet.
Ah, yes.
Well, I try to be. She tries to be.
Can I stuff you with moss to make it sound like you're not actually a suit of armor?
That's a nice thing to do for a friend.
That depends.
You said no, so I didn't do it.
Okay, that is fair.
Logistical
I just took
question.
it
Would
to a
the
different
moss get
campaign.
lost to the void or stay in the armor?
I wasn't allowed to test any of this.
So
feel like
you
it's
were
just-
using me as an
Right.
experiment,
I feel
were
like
you?
it's just fully molded and smells kind of funny in
Yeah,
there.
he had a very firm anti-moss stance.
Which I respected, so I took it to a different campaign and then did not ask for permission.
That's okay.
And then my bed got filled with honey, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, that's all that happened.
It is.
That's all that happened.
You all, basically, it's probably mid-afternoon. Like, you probably still have a couple hours before sunset. But he does tell you that you can obviously feel free to kind of get yourself acquainted with the various buildings if you want. A lot of the normal garrison that stay here are out kind of trying to maintain some order on the countryside, at least close to towns and living areas, because monster activity does seem to be quite a bit higher, as you all have kind of experienced firsthand. So, and if there's anything you wish from the alchemist that he can help you with, please feel free to ask.
I guess Fender would go up to him. Is your library open to us as well?
Well, certainly parts. Our library here is mostly the history and kind of guarded secrets of the blood hunters and kind of all
I don't care about the
disciples
blood hunter
of
history.
So,
Yeah, I don't care about the blood hunter history. I'm more so interested in how long ago was the war that Ishara was in?
500.
Uh, a war that took place 500 years ago. If y'all keep records of that.
Well, all three founders of our order were participating in that war, so we have some records of that time for sure.
Anything of note on the hero and his company?
Sorry, just stop.
Anything about a big useless lizard named Acra?
Big stupid lizard.
Did you? Well, that as well. But anything on the on the hero and his company of that time?
Yes, we have some record of various other companies, the hero included, up until probably the siege. The founders of the various orders, all kind of, for various reasons, weren't present at the actual end of the war. But right up until the siege, there are some records of the hero and other companies, and then
If
during
those,
the actual siege, the only remaining member was our founder's kind of protege. So,
if those are not, if those are generally, if I could access some of that at least, that would be most helpful.
certainly, that would definitely fall within the bounds of history, and while we receive very few requests, those are certainly available to the public. We enjoy sharing knowledge and believe that it is important for maintaining records. Did I hear you were also curious about Accra?
Uh,
Yeah.
yes. Well,
I think he called him a big, dumb, stupid lizard.
Yeah,
yes.
he seems to think that just because he's a large gecko that he's got like some authority somewhere, and we're gonna have to. We need to know as much about dealing with that oversized salamander as much as possible.
And also a tree
Yeah.
that could also transform someone into if you have any knowledge of that as well, into a dragon.
Yeah. Similar to that anime plot in what's the Dragon Ball movie?
Yeah, that one
very,
anime
It's
plot.
very different from the Tree of Life
What's
Dragon
an
Ball
anime?
Z side plot.
What's that?
Now that I know it actually turns you into a dragon, I guess it is different, but
Yeah. I plagiarized this from something completely different, so check yourself.
okay. Fair.
So what did you plagiarize it from?
I'm not telling.
Because I don't remember anything that has a dragon transforming tree.
Well, it's not. Well, I mean, I assume there's a tree. You never see a tree, but there are fruit, and fruit
Oh.
have various effects on the people.
Oh, okay,
who
okay, gotcha.
ingest them.
So you took it from One Piece.
I did not take it from One Piece.
There's no way he would have taken it from that.
That's fair. I just thought it was
I
funny.
have seen all of 4 episodes of One Piece.
That's
Oh,
6
that's a
more
lot.
episodes than I thought you would have seen, to be honest.
It is
Genuinely.
the live action version.
Oh, actually,
okay.
no, that's
No.
fair. You should watch that just because
No.
it's really good in and of itself.
I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
But
So
it is
anyway.
great.
That is less open to the public and not here. There is a separate library for what many would consider forbidden books that were recovered from Farideh's library before the Brightwoods and a few of the other more vengeful of the first families got their hands on them. So there's an alcove in the cliffs to the south that is reachable during low tide from the beach, and there's a staircase that leads down, and at the end is our kind of less than public books vault.
I
And we
understand.
have access to this question mark?
I've heard stories of both Brother Corin and the mercenary troop that he is currently attached to, and I believe the reason you're asking me is probably for some reason. No, you don't have access to it, but perhaps I could send a guide with you who could let you in and lead you to the books that you seek.
Reasonable. Underwater staircase. That's bitchin'.
It sounded like you were adding it to a list of, oh, I need one of those in my future home. Underwater staircase.
That is
To the
my.
library.
That is a note to add to my own
Oh, no.
games.
Oh, no.
That's good stuff.
Moths can probably hold their breath for a long time, but I don't think they can do it in, like, forever.
Low tide says it's accessible.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair. Actually, I'm pretty sure we do have, like, water breathing within the pie. What with all of the fucking pirates?
Within Bounty of Dragons, sure.
Yeah, in the other party.
Yeah.
But who says I'm
Yeah,
adding it to Bounty of Dragons?
There's like
I'm
zero
almost done with
There's
that
like
one.
zero pirates in this one.
No, I mean in this one though, I don't need to breathe, so it doesn't matter.
We did run into some pirates that were on land, but
Land pirates.
What
land.
happened to their boat? And then we gave them back all of their money.
All of them.
Yep, we gave them back
We
all
are
of their
such
money.
good fucking people.
We are.
Just the best, to be honest with you.
Well, we saved some of their money and gave them that.
Better than the world deserves. Truly, we are.
Yeah. Too pure for this world.
Truly.
He is going to look at you, Corin, and tell you that the process of reforging your sword is not an easy one.
I figured.
When you're ready, he will make sure there are some smiths available to you.
To be fair, if it was easy, I feel like you'd be disappointed.
That's true.
So the question is, how long are we going to be staying here?
Yeah, Corin only likes for one thing to be easy. You know what I mean?
Himself.
Killing.
Thanks, Fig. Wow.
That was
Wow.
so good.
Wow.
Lorenzus writes that vicious mockery down.
Okay, to be fair, am
let's
I
go.
wrong?
You're shot, motherfucker, and nobody likes you.
Wow.
Is okay. Corin's resistant to psychic damage now. While raging.
No, I'm resistant to psychic damage all the time.
All the time. That's even
What?
worse.
So I could just vicious mock you constantly.
I've been hanging out with Songshin long enough. I'm now resistant to psychic damage.
He took a feat.
Sunshine has never done anything to you.
He's like, hey, you know that single school of damage that I'm not resistant to when raging? I would like to be resistant to it all the time if that's okay. And I said, sure.
I like to think that Songshin just whispers horribly mean things in my sleep, and that's
I would never do that.
been training me up all this time.
Oh god, not him. Why
Just
would
says
you
mean
post
shit
it?
all the time?
To be fair, Song Shen wouldn't do that. Fig might.
Yeah, well,
Is it that kid? I hate.
Well, as you've said before, you just play yourself in D&D.
Song Shen's nicer than I am.
I don't believe.
It's certainly true, but only because she keeps saying, I don't say that in character.
Yeah.
So Song
Well, I
Shen,
don't do
if
voices,
anything,
so
is just quiet and very amenable to the
very
group's
different from me.
plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we want to go ahead and what time did you say it is?
It's probably like mid-afternoon. You definitely have a couple hours still before sunset. As
When is when is okay? This is I don't even fucking when is low tide?
oh
That place is a decent
yeah,
travel away,
it's
though.
like
I feel
Oh,
like
it is.
that's a
yeah,
different. Yeah, that's a different
Oh,
travel point.
okay,
yeah.
okay,
It's a different
gotcha.
region of the kingdom. Yeah.
That's a different session. Philip just told us that we could totally go there. He just has to prep it first, so not today.
I mean, you could go there today.
So
I
we
don't
should
have a
start with the
book.
sword.
I I have
You think we're gonna
plenty of.
forge Corin's sword in less than 3 hours?
We could
Yeah.
try.
It won't take
Yeah,
no time at all.
I basically asked because I wanted to be like, hey, I really want to reforge my sword, but I don't want to bogart the whole session. So
Please
No, you
do.
may
It
as
needs to
well.
be that epic.
yeah,
We also have one less player, and I don't know that we all mind, so it's totally fine.
I definitely want my sword or my weapon back. I want to be at full fighting strength again.
Mm.
I
Also,
will say
I
I
want
want to
that
throw
for
this
you.
longsword into the sea.
I thought I was like every time that you were just like dual wielding hand axes, I was like, was I too mean to Corin?
I mean, I did cool shit with the hand axes. I like the
If
hand
something's
axes.
half health, that's
Was it too
optimal. But
much? I mean, honestly, you're doing 3d6 plus your plus 5 plus 6, right? You have a plus 4, and then you're
can I
always
have
raging.
something that adds the
Mhm.
wicked effect to spells?
I don't see why not.
That
Don't give him things.
Because realistically, it'd be like the wand of the war mage, right? Where
yeah,
it would have the wicked property, and
yeah,
then if you make a spell attack against an enemy with less than half health, it would do 2 additional dice of that spell's die damage. So
yeah.
like Firebolt or Eldritch Blast would be Firebolt would be a great thing. You just do
I would
extra
probably do something like
2d10.
Scorching Ray,
Yeah. Scorching
because
Ray
then
would
it'd
be
be
good too, because it'd be 2d6 per extra ray. Yeah. That you
yeah,
count. Because, yeah, anytime you're making an attack, it would count.
hell yeah.
So, Scorching Ray,
It wouldn't work on Magic Missile. Yep,
Eldritch
bastard.
Blast.
But that's
Yeah.
fair.
But, yeah. I'm going to grab myself a refill, and then we'll let Corin
Bleed out. I
do
mean,
his thing. Yeah. He's not going to bleed out. It's a part of the process. You get close.
you,
You get
I don't-
close to.
I
if
don't
he
mind.
rolls bad
I
enough,
don't
he
mind.
should die. Like that should be fair.
I don't mind. I'm into
Like
it. Let's
3
get it.
ones in a row, it's like, well, you are now this sentient weapon.
Ooh, that's fun.
It would be fun. His next character he rolls could wield it.
Oh, I was gonna say we'd give him to Fenrir, but yeah.
Listen, if I can make a second character and be Fenrir's talking sword, I'm fucking into it.
That is pretty good.
I would sacrifice Corin on the altar of that.
I don't think that would ever happen. Even
Even
I would be too mean for that. I might do something like that to Jaren. It's like, you're now a sentient weapon. Cool.
I mean, he already is. He is in the military.
Lol. He keeps talking about hoping to deploy or some shit, and that if he
Oh my god, he's so dumb.
gets offered to, apparently he can transfer back to the Marines if it's to go active. And if
Ew.
it's to deploy, he's willing to go back to the Marines. And I'm like, bro, that's you're chomping on the bit.
That's fucking weird.
He
I
is
think-
I'm not sure.
Were
I'm not
you
sure
there
if he's
the-
tall enough to ride that ride.
long.
I don't know if it was when you were there the other day, but I think him and Sheldon were talking about, like, very briefly, about, like, oh, Sheldon was like, oh, maybe I should, like, re-enlist. It's like, shut the fuck up. You have a small child. Stay home and raise
No,
her.
by all means, do it.
Hey, all
Well, I mean-
means,
Go
do it.
ahead. Absolutely do it.
Yeah,
Wait
but the
until
thing
after
is-
he's used his nepotism powers to get me a job.
Yes, that is
Okay,
also fair.
That's fair. That's
Sorry, I
fair.
was
I was-
talking to my mother. What happened?
We're talking
Philip
shit
is-
about
Philip
people.
went AFK for a second, so now we're talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah, so now we're
Well,
wishing death upon.
I also
their
heard
friends.
Corn saying he would sacrifice himself to become Fenrir's talking
Oh, I made a
sword.
joke about like him rolling bad enough that he just bleeds out at the altar or on the forge or whatever. And I was like, "Yep, now you got to roll a new character, but at least you're a talking sword now." And he was like, "I will kill Corn right now to become Fenrir's talking sword."
Oh God! Just hear Corn just talking in my ear. The devil on my
I
right
just
shoulder.
pop in here every week for 3 hours to just talk at you while you kill things with me.
That's what D&D is, though.
Yeah, my new character can be mute if I can just be Fenrir's sword. He just never
Just mute,
speaks.
speaks in sign language.
Yeah,
That's great.
I'll just
But
be
no
a
one
blade
speaks
singer
sign
wizard with
language.
no
Also
tongue,
cool.
and that'll be good enough.
It's American Sign Language, not fantasy sign language, so everyone's just confused at what the fuck's happening.
It's like having an accent. Sorry, it's like a stutter. Let's just go with that.
That's also funny.
Is American Sign Language close enough to like British Sign Language that they could technically understand each other?
I think
Does
so.
anybody know this? Because I did
could
a little
find
bit of
out.
British Sign Language.
It's
No,
literally-
you have something to do. I'll find out.
We're gonna find
I
out.
wasn't gonna find out right now. I was gonna say like that's my mom's little profession. She's a ASL interpreter,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
so I could
That is
just
fair.
ask her.
You could actually find out.
Be
Yeah,
like, what's
sick.
the difference between like, have you ever seen across the pond sign language?
Yeah, across the pond.
That fight that happened at Taco Bell.
Yeah, how do
They
you
weren't
how
out
do
of
you
Crunchwrap
how do you do
Supremes.
how do you do H in sign language?
I can't
were-
remember. Oh,
Do you do it with like your pinky out?
fuck you. No, I know how to do vowels, and I remember how to spell my name. Basically,
I
it's really easy.
I can't spell my name in sign language. I don't know the alphabet, and I feel kind of bad
We
sometimes.
just did the alphabet, I think.
I
And,
was
like,
learning it in
hello.
school, but then they stopped requiring it, and I stopped learning it.
In like I guess condemnation of Philip, he would only have to learn 4 letters to sign his whole name.
True.
I could show you how to do the I in British Sign Language.
I'm okay.
You point
I'm
to your middle
okay.
finger.
No thanks.
Good.
I don't want to communicate with deaf British people. I want to communicate with hearing ones so they can get the full effect of my. All right, I want a fish and chip now, innit? When I go over there,
That was so good.
I just want to immediately get decked, like when I come out of the tube, as you guys call the subway.
All right, Gov, where are my fish and chips at?
Yeah,
We should all go over there and just speak like that the entire
just-
time and
And
hang
just
out with
get
Fig
hate
the
crime
entire
on
time
a
in
fucking
public.
train platform? No, thank
Yeah,
you.
that's-
Yeah.
Hey.
I've seen
Yeah,
Green
somebody
Street
would beat the shit
Hooligans.
out of you.
I am not about to get I forget what it's called, but I'm not going to do it. Well, have it done. Obviously, I'm not going to do it. I'm not really a violent person, but anyways, back to almost
Just
killing
wish you
Corin.
Back to
That's
Yes,
that is
give it
what
to
we
me.
want to do now, right? So, everyone else is kind of given access to kind of the public library and various public spaces in the main building, and then also shown where the beds are in the barracks. And Corin, you are taken down through the lower levels of the main building, where obviously it would get its name for the catacombs, and are introduced to a group of 3, what you can probably assume are the Forge Masters. They are dressed in kind of the kind of scarlet red, but a little bit darker hooded robes. They also have kind of a medallion that seems to kind of mark them as smiths, with kind of a hammer and a sword crossing. And they turn to you and ask, so you are the one who is going through the reforging today?
produce the sad Ziploc.
One,
That's it,
one of
block.
them takes it from you, and there's kind of just this long kind of stone slab in the middle of the room. And then about 10 feet away from it is an anvil and a forge that you can see is starting to kind of gain heat. And the one who took the shards of sword from you motions to the kind of stone bed in the middle of the room and instructs you to take your shirt off.
Oh, hell yeah.
My.
I was gonna do this
my.
anyway, but since I have to,
He doesn't need an excuse, but all right.
it's probably not much of a shirt, honestly, after the last 2 days.
You just
And
rip it
so-
off.
Right. It's gone through some shit. Next town you're in, Corin might need a new Henley kind of thing. But yeah, you take off your shirt such as it is. Man, that was a difficult
You
chain
good?
of words for me to say. And you lay on your back on the stone bed, and two of
Didn't know
them
we were filming this kind of movie.
two of them kind of take turns pulling shards of metal out of the bag you provided with recompense in it and just start dragging them across your chest and kind of abdomen and arms and kind of anything else that's exposed
Oh God.
and
Okay.
placing them in kind of this bucket next to the anvil. And there are quite a few shards of your former beloved weapon. And so this process starts to take its toll, and you kind of start to feel a little fuzzy. And like before you lose consciousness, you see kind of the blood from your abdomen kind of leaking onto the table and filling grooves within it. And it seems to be runes of maybe either elvish or dwarvish nature, and you don't have a chance to read it before you go unconscious. So now the fun part begins.
Oh, I
Hell
thought the
yeah.
fun part would have been seeing if he was able to stay conscious and then have him living through the event.
I thought about dealing piercing damage for every shard, but then I was like, at the end, he has to go down. So it'd just be me like, that's 3 more piercing damage, and it's like, okay, now he's unconscious. Okay, cool.
Thinking about that's triggering my hypophobia so fucking bad.
So you pass out and you
So
reawaken in kind of this room that is just kind of shrouded in mist. And I call it a room, but that's just because it doesn't seem like there's any sky, but you don't see any walls or doors or anything on the peripheral. It's just kind of black and mist, kind of as far as you can observe. And as you kind of take this in, the scene changes. And you find yourself standing on the walls of a city, looking outward. The gates currently open wide. The men down below are waiting anxiously for your command. Approaching quickly is one of your brothers escorting a family from one of the outlying farms. But he carries the youngest child in his arms, while the older children and parents of the family run out in front of him. And then you're also able to perceive behind them, gaining very rapidly, is a horde of monsters. So, should you choose to close the gates now, your brother and the family he's escorting will certainly die. But if you leave the gates open until they arrive, there may not be time to shut them before the horde is upon you. and perhaps put the whole city at risk. And once again, the men down below manning the gate look up, waiting for your command.
Oh, we don't close the gate. We don't leave children to be slaughtered. That doesn't happen.
All right. And you kind of see the fear in their eyes as you keep your resolve and you don't make the command as your brother and the family he's escorting get closer and closer. And then the scene shifts again. And you find yourself awake in your tent to the sounds of shouting and combat. A cloaked assassin appears in front of you, prepared to strike. Another cloaked figure prepares to strike down at one of your companions sleeping nearby. Within reach of you are both your sword and one of your hand axes. You have time for an attack, but you can only counter one.
Well, I mean, the obvious answer is I rage and fling my hand axe at the other one.
Rage wasn't an option, but I will allow it.
He's just so mad though.
How else is he going to survive the first assassin attack? Like, obviously.
Yeah, we definitely grab the hand axe and
So
try to save our
you
compatriot.
see the hand axe leave your hand as the assassin above you prepares to strike down, and you know the axe you threw is going to strike true. That your companion is going to have time to wake and react, and the scene shifts again. And this time you stand on a battlefield covered in blood, some of it your own. Before you, defeated, kneels the last survivor of the enemy combatants, his sword broken at his side. He looks up at you, and you recognize the familiar face of an ex brother. He goes, "Bested me again, Azad?" Elias asks you. His short chuckle cut off with a cough as some blood dribbles down his chin. "I know you feel I betrayed you back then, and I'm not asking for your forgiveness. Just a moment of mercy, and I can help you take down the owl. And you know, it would be nothing in his current state to tie him up and use him for information. It'd probably be even less to drag a knife across his throat."
Oh man. Oh, I would just either I will find the owl or the owl will find me, and I kill him all over again.
Fantastic. All right. And as you kind of quickly dispatch him, the scene once again shifts, and you find yourself in a cathedral. You're kneeling at kind of one in front of one of the pews, and you're asking Yondar for guidance. And while you're doing this, you hear a mysterious voice in your head telling you they can offer you the power to find and destroy the entity responsible for your Abbey's destruction. All you need to do is reach out and ask.
Oh, do I recognize the voice in my head at all?
No. You can assume it's probably another god, but you have no idea which one.
I ignore it.
But unlimited power.
Corin is nothing if not loyal.
Maliel would have taken that deal.
Probably would have. What's another voice in Maliel's head?
There's plenty of room for more.
Oh no.
So
Oh man, I should have made
Terrible.
that his thing. Instead of forgetting his other lives, they all live inside his head, and that's what all the creepy
Ooh.
whispers are.
That would have been so
It's just
fucking good.
all of the Maliels. Oh man.
So, as you shut out this new voice and continue asking Yondar, the scene once again shifts. And you find yourself in a forest clearing, fighting with your friends against multiple enemies. And you see that the battle is certainly moving in your favor. And one of the enemy combatants turns and flees. And while that is happening, you also notice one of your companions still locked in combat with another of the enemy, to the point where either of them might be one mistake away from it being fatal. You have time to pursue the enemy, you have time to help your companion.
But you don't have time for both.
That was implied.
I obviously always go to help. But as I'm running, I yell at Blue, shoot that guy in the leg.
You mean that drow?
Oh, you motherfucker, no. That does not change my answer, Philip.
I had to try.
It doesn't sound like he's happy about
I
it.
need to
though.
tell Philip about the hypothetical I threw at you.
I
the other
hate
day.
that. No, I hate that.
And the scene once again shifts, and you find yourself back in kind of the endless room of dark and mist. And that maintains for a little while. Who knows how time happens here. But eventually you awake, and you have been bandaged. You can now see kind of the runes that are circling kind of your top half. The blood has pooled and some of it has dried. And it makes out the elven runes for blood, courage, and honor, which is your the disciple of Roland's kind of credo.
Okay.
Okay.
Roland has a live, laugh, love sign.
He does.
Oh.
But like a a metal flavor to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like a cool one.
Okay.
I have
So,
live, laugh, frogs at home.
I believe
My dice did not come in the mail today, Fig.
I hate that. That sucks.
oh man, I think this is exactly what Goran would have wanted.
That's good.
And
It's like they're
so,
doing something in his memory.
as you kind of
Oh yeah, by the
regain
way, you're dead.
consciousness and you look up and you can see the finished product of the Forge Masters, and they're holding a reforged greatsword for you, and you can kind
It
of
is
see
a great sword.
the they're not cracks anymore, but you can kind of see webbing throughout where all the shards were kind of put back together and reforged to make a new. And you now see where one of the shards still has the elven rune for blood. You now see a second one for courage further down the blade.
Oh, your sword's gonna break again.
Travis.
He's not wrong though.
I mean, it's a good thing when it breaks.
Yeah, you get to level up when it breaks.
You okay, man?
I'm dying. It's too funny.
He amused himself too much.
It
It
doesn't
happens.
Guys, it's
count
cool.
if you accidentally kill yourself while you're a player in my game. That's not how I win D&D.
That's true.
Guys, it's
Yeah,
called the
you can't win
Wicked
by
Great
killing
Sword of
kids.
Valiant Sacrifice.
Nice.
Oh wow.
I've got a boner right now.
There are 5 additional weapons you could have gotten. Not additional, 5 alternate
Different
variants.
variants.
Yeah.
Options.
Hell yeah.
Which one did you get?
The Wicked Great Sword of Valiant Sacrifice.
I need to.
Oh,
Hold on.
it's going to be great for you, Lorazis.
Oh, it's the I remember.
That's the one that comes with Defend
It's-
the Weak on it.
Mm-hmm. Defend the weak. Hell yeah. It's good shit.
It's kind of funny. This Alora has this exact sword. Not this exact one, because obviously this is Corrin's, but she has the same attributes on her weapon, which is
Nice.
how she, I guess, funnily enough, managed to keep Lorazis from dying in the last combat, because she used her Defend the Weak ability to transfer some of the stomping damage to herself.
Fucking Lorazis. I like that there's just like a bunch of weapons in the world specifically built to protect Lorazis because he is so soft.
I have a bunch of weapons in the world specifically built to kill gears. Does that count?
No, I love that. That's pretty good.
I will say it was great sword by a mile, but you were very close to having the passive and active ability swapped.
Ooh.
Which I can show you.
Jose, you sent me a huge list of them while you were building them.
Were they all swords?
I just sent him the attributes.
Yeah.
Did the different weapons have were there different weapons, Philip, or were they all swords?
They were different weapons.
That's awesome.
You had there were 2 possible swords.
You didn't get the scythe.
Oh, Corn with a scythe, that would have been perfect.
So this was the other sword option.
Oh
And
shit.
you were 2 points away from. Well, you were, I think, a single decision away from getting a swapped thing. Like if you had killed the guy running away, you would have gotten this sword instead of the one you currently have.
Oh, okay.
That's how close it was. You would have still gotten a sword because it wasn't even remotely close for the sword versus the other weapons. But the attributes, you were very close to getting different ones.
Nice.
In the
What does
Ravenloft
it-
campaign, I'm thinking about starting everybody off with a feat, but you guys answer a series of questions and that'll pick what feat you get.
Ooh.
Oh, that's kind of
It
cool.
is a great thing. And only one of 3 things I've plagiarized from Ogre Battle 64 in my D&D campaign.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Has anyone else played Fallout New Vegas?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How at the beginning he has you, what does this look like, and other things like that.
Hmm.
I've
That's
played,
actually the only part of New Vegas I played.
But
I've
it's also
played-
in Ogre Battle and Final Fantasy Tactics and in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, it's such a good system.
It's a really good way of doing stuff.
Honestly, the reason I got the strategy guide for Ogre Battle 64 before my family got not poor enough to own internet, and I could just go on GameFAQs, was for where are all the things for Annihilation? How do I get a Dragoon? And what questions do I need to answer which way so I can start out with a Hellhound?
It's fair.
Because early game Ogre Battle 64, Hellhounds just rip through motherfuckers. Like, they get 3 attacks compared to, at that point, a lot of people are only getting 1, sometimes 2. But then end game, they're trash. But it's not their fault. They're just such good dog boys at the beginning. But yeah, Corin, you reawaken. You are given your shirt back and your sword.
Does he
Main
want his shirt
shirt.
back?
Oh, I don't need that.
You're given a fantasy like trauma blanket that like paramedics do, the little foil things or whatever,
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
and you're escorted back up to the main level of the temple. And at this point, hours have passed, so like night has fallen as you were unconscious during the reforging of your sword and the it cooling enough to be able to just like you know go out with
Hmm.
to get to wear it out of the store temperature. So
Well, that was
but also
happening
there's
because
magic.
Loraz's.
So
Ooh, could Loraz's be searching for hemomancy in the library?
Magic?
Blood magic.
I wonder what that would be, what they'd consider that versus
Because I've
history
definitely
or
had study of their
secrets.
arcane, but
That
yeah.
feels like trade secrets, you know.
I would say you could find references to kind of the hemocraft, in that our magic comes from our blood, which is like infused from our gods' powers. But you kind of just get like the anecdotal level. Anecdotal.
Like,
That's
oh,
why
the
it didn't
blood
sound
magic
right.
comes from deities.
Just you're one salamander away from some juicy hemocraft.
If I kill
That's
Acker, I
it.
get hemocraft. I get like really?
No.
That oh.
Could I ask my mum for Hemocraft?
Can I ask my mom?
Can I
Yeah.
get some hemocraft? I want to start casting magic too.
Actually, can I?
Wait, what? But you're already using Hemocraft, right?
I was gonna say technically,
Yeah, more
blood
magic,
hunters
actual
do.
magic.
Yeah.
I want to. I want to.
Can
I
I?
want to.
Can
I want
I
a little
pray
bit of
to
profane soul in my
Atala
Bliss
and
Sword.
ask
Mm.
if that's an option she provides?
Yeah. Religion?
Religion. All right. Why did I make him good at this? Well,
Religion?
13?
Okay. You you hear kind of like a voice in your ear, like kind of almost coming from like a little bit down to the left, as if like there's this like small sprite like sitting on your shoulder, and the voice goes like, "Our our mother is very amused by you, silly elf, but no, she that magic is not something she deals in."
Who's saying this to Lorazes?
Just this
Nobody.
very playful, small creature that's
I do
invisible.
not take offense to being called silly elf.
Did you
Par
take
for the
offense to
course.
being called boy?
Because he knows it's true.
He's so silly.
See, somebody
so
thinks
silly.
that I'm funny. All right. Anyway, that's fair.
Can I ask my god?
Amused-
Specifically about the blood thing.
Yeah, I saw Lorazos do it, and now I'm just curious.
Yeah, religion for me.
I'm not good at those.
Your blood's not like
Ooh,
fresh.
17.
Okay.
Hey, my meat and blood is fresh.
My meat is good, thank you.
Prove it by eating.
I can eat.
As
I
you've
just don't have to.
kind of maybe unfortunately grown used to, you don't hear like a physical response back, but you are given the vibe of no.
Given the
Yeah.
vibe, no.
She's more of a blight person than she is
Yeah.
a like exploding blood person, which fair. I should get more of that kind of thing. Hint, 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 hint.
Subtle.
Need to finish
Yeah.
homebrewing all my blood magic shit.
I need
Just
to.
let me suck the life out of stuff.
Damn. I need to
And
actually
also
set
let
up your
Sunshine do that.
round 2. Because I'm sure it's gonna be. You only have what 21 more souls to capture,
Hang on, I have to scroll down the character sheet,
and
and it
not
takes a minute.
everything I throw at you is gonna be a
I
giant
have
mammoth
six.
monster with 300 health.
It needs to be.
I
That's
have
fun.
6 souls currently.
Okay, so you're just 19 away. That's not too bad.
Oh my god, Philip. That's so many.
Just start magic missiling people. Just roll the dice.
Oh,
Could you imagine us like going into like, oh yeah, there's these bandits, and us getting the bandits low and be like, oh, here, this one's low, this one's weak, get this one's soul, and they're like, what? And then you fucking hit it with the spell, and the other one's like, what's happening?
I also
What's going
just
on?
have
What's
to
happening? What's
imagine
going
it's probably like the most terrifying thing in the world to witness, because it's like whatever spell Songshen decides to cast, it like definitely just has like that dark purpley fire feel, and then it's just like a puff of smoke as like a soul is captured, and then just like the thing just drops like limbless kind of thing. It's like holy fuck. So yeah, you would terrify bandits if you guys ran into any of them.
We need to go ransack some bandits.
you
I
should.
mean, we already found those bandits at the beginning, so
Be like anyone dealing with some non-monster trouble.
Are there
Like,
human criminals we could
Are there
take care of?
Yeah, any normal people who are making trouble for other normal people, because we're really good at we're really good at everything, but we're really good at taking care of people.
I mean, but we are on a monster hunt, so we can just combine the two.
Yeah, Porque de los
I'll just bring my goddess a zoo. It's fine.
So the wicked
Just
thing on this is a passive, right?
Correct.
Oh, that's so fucking awesome.
So it's
It's
so
so
just
good.
like your hand axes, yeah.
Oh,
Anytime
God.
they're under half, you'll start dealing an extra 2d6.
Hell yeah.
So
Love it. He's trying to get it to where we can handle ancient dragons too.
I'm hearing another level up.
I feel like we're getting
Man,
close.
It does feel.
Are we?
like
Where's
it.
the nearest thing to kill?
Another dragon.
Let me.
I'll take on a
let me
dragon.
see.
So the defend the weak ability.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use that at any point when I have an opportunity attack? Like, or is there any sort of restriction on the number of times I can use it per day, or is it like?
It
What?
seems like any time, like in place of an opportunity attack, you can do it.
Right.
Yeah. What does it say?
It just says, yeah, you must have an opportunity attack available in order to use this feature. So that's
Yeah. So
just as much as I want,
You need
huh?
to have your opportunity attack available.
I'm just gonna stand next to Lorazes forever.
Yeah, I might go back into Frontlines again. I wasn't traumatized or anything after dying.
No, it's
Are
fine.
you sure?
You,
Oh,
you
hold on.
do
Let's.
seem to be handling it fairly
Like,
well.
but did you stay dead? You know, it's like that kind of
See,
thing.
you know what? You're right. It didn't stay there. I just annoyed them until they sent me back. I can do that again.
Yeah, I didn't say did you die. Did
That
you
was a
stay
one-time
dead?
thing, man. That was a one-time thing.
Are we sure?
You know, Lorazes is arrogant enough to be like, oh, I just can't die now.
Mm, he doesn't seem to be reacting like that. He's been keeping his distance in
Obviously,
combat
he's got
recently.
it's just PTSD. It's understandable.
That's normal.
Yeah, he just needs to adjust.
It was the first time you were abandoned and left for dead.
Yeah. Whomst among us hasn't died or been the last one alive multiple times in their life?
Thank you for that. I feel seen.
I think Duchess.
A Duchess.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she just
Still-
has some memory issues from her time with the cult. It's not
Yeah.
a big deal.
That's
I
also
think that's
reasonable.
the crossover thing. Like, you have to have either died, had memory issues, or like been left for dead a bunch of times, and it's just like a fucking chart. And like, where do you sit? I sit in memory issues and died. I don't think I've been left for dead.
Yeah. Lorez is
You were left for dead because you were dead. It's slightly different.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that counts.
You were kind of just like left for how do I say
I
this?
kind of was left for dead to be fair, because like my brother was dead,
yeah,
and
they
then
didn't
I killed myself.
think you're worth killing, so they
Bit rude.
left you basically
Alive.
cradling your brother's dead body while they just kind of laughed and walked away.
Mm.
So you
I
were
should find out who
left
did that.
for humiliated,
Left for traumatized.
left for traumatized. We'll go with that. You were left for traumatized.
It probably came across that I was not going to be functional after that.
God damn it, JT. I didn't even refresh. I swear I wasn't right here. I can't be doing Twitter while I'm supposed to be
Sorry, dude.
D&Ding. It's probably like the 7th time. It's just been right at the top of my Twitter feed. I'm not mad at it. I'm just impressed at its
It's
staying
impossible
power.
to be mad at Selma
Yeah.
Hayek and from Dust Till Dawn. It's impossible, actually.
Well, why have I not seen this yet today?
I don't know. Is your like horny meter off?
No, I'm getting owl bears.
Gross.
This is what I
Yeah,
want.
weird.
Yeah.
Guess you're.
I was like, I saw it. And my Twitter's full of things.
Mm,
Things you can't even imagine,
Oh,
that's probably true.
but also things you can imagine because.
I was like, most of
not
it you
things that
can
I want
imagine.
to. Mm,
All right. So Korn has the sword back. Lorazes and Songshen asked their gods if they could have some blood magic, just a little something, something. Is there anything else we would like to do tonight, or wanting to have said you did while Corin's hours-long ritual happened?
I guess I can roll to see if I got any more progress done for.
Yeah, you could certainly
Training.
do some more shield training while
Yeah.
all this is kind of going on.
We got the book nerds.
There's not.
And
Really
we've got the
a
guy
lot of-
like
Yeah. No one's really expecting things from you while Corin is down below, so
Yeah.
you're kind of left to your own devices of how you'd like to spend that time.
How long was he down for?
Let's see, I said it was mid-afternoon, so you had a few hours till sunset, and then it is now night. So we're going to call it an even 5.
So that would be like 2.5 hours, or 2 hours. I'm just going to say 2 hours
What'd you roll?
2 whole hours.
and 8.
Okay, yeah. Well, that halves it, right? Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, and you're going to round down because it's easier to deal with whole numbers. I get it. I understand now. I'm on the same page.
Are you? I'm
We'll
kidding.
see.
We're in the same bookshop.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say I can round up and have it be a 3 instead of a 2, I'll take that.
I'll let you have a 3 just because I know you rolled a nat 1 for your morning trials. And
Yeah.
I'm feeling giving.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Never trust the DM when he says that sentence.
Well, I'm going
I
to trust
have
him
been
rather than I trust
nothing
you when
but
you
kind
say
to
it.
you.
That's fair. Don't trust me when I say that. The only time you should trust me is when I'm offering you deals. They're great.
You haven't offered
Can't
Palm a
confirm.
deal yet, so.
You're right. Well, you came pre-cursed, so
Well, I obliged to curse.
You
That's
came
fair.
pre-cursed.
Love to see it.
I even said I wanted to be cursed.
Travis
That's my
has
favorite
this way of
response.
DMing where he'll just repeat what you said, and somehow him saying it makes it sound devious.
Mm.
Like, I don't trust you saying literally anything.
It's not even just a DMing thing.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
like,
literally anything you
so
say
we're
to
allowed to
Travis.
long rest? It's like, yeah, you could long rest. So we
It's
can
like,
long
oh,
rest?
I don't, yeah,
Oh, you want
to?
you want a long rest? All right, we can
I
do
don't
that.
know if I want to now. It's like I'm literally
Yeah,
just
why?
like
Why is it creepy when you say
I'm
it?
just like in my bed in the inn in the middle of a city in the middle of civilization. I could probably go another day without resting. I could go another day.
What's one level of exhaustion really?
But that's the thing. It's like that in real life. It's like, oh, you want to go to Walmart? We can go to Walmart. And I'm like, oh no, I don't. I'm good, actually. Thank you. What's gonna happen at Walmart?
Nothing.
You never
It's
know.
great.
Why would you just
Yeah, but then this
assume
is it.
bad things when I say
I
stuff?
don't
Oh my
know.
god.
Maybe
People
fix
have
your
that Walmart.
delivery, or or maybe you just have cruel intentions underneath, and we're able to suss it out immediately. I don't know. It could be one of the two.
Could be.
Fix how you say things.
Who knows?
Mm.
I think I say things pretty good.
Pretty well.
Sure.
Sure.
You say it the okayest. Don't worry about it.
And I say things.
Yes, things are certainly said.
Yeah. No one could listen to any of our old episodes and come out saying Philip doesn't say things, because things I say.
Hmm.
All right. So I think now everyone can finally take a long rest from the day's excursions. And you are, sleeping in the
I
safety.
think I'd already taken one at some point.
That's
Yeah.
fine. If you've already long rested, you don't
It's
need to
fair.
click the button.
No, I'm going to. Fuck you. Long rest. Do long rest. Okay. It just makes me feel better.
Kind of the point of long rests. I feel like to make you feel
That
better.
is true. Yeah.
I
I've
wish it
heard
worked
that.
like that in real life.
Oh, it does not at all. But like,
Nope.
The picture on the webcam changed so much. I was like, what the fuck happened? And it's because even when you're using dark mode, like D&D Beyond is so fucking white. And then you go to Shard
yeah,
and it's just like darker. And so it's like I'm being blasted with like stage lights when I switch
open
tabs
D
to
and D
D&D
Beyond.
Beyond. Oh, I was like, why do I look fucking weird right now? Just because I had blasphemic white light show on tab selected.
That scene get flashbanged.
That reminds me, I've got to go on D&D Beyond and delete that feat that I built. My character's leveled up today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
After that fight, and they're like, my blood hunter guy was looking through the feat list. He's like, can I have this one? And I said, what's it called? And he said, Reaper's Hand. I said, nope, can't have that one. He's like,
Oh, it's because that's the one.
he's like, why not? I said, that's not for you.
Ignore that.
Yeah, I was like, it's not for you. He's like,
You're
why
not
not?
left
It seems like
behind
it'd be.
this curtain.
He's like, it sounds like it'd be so good. I was like, don't worry about it. It's not for you. You can't have that one.
It is really good, to be fair.
Yeah, I was like, you can't have that one. That's not for you. And he's like, but it's great. And I was like, dude, you don't even have the way. Like, you have to have.
A scythe.
I said you have to have the weapon. And he's like, no, it said because in D&D Beyond you can't create weapons and there's no size in D&D
Yeah.
Beyond.
Yeah.
So like,
You can't
I had
create
to
like a new
skin
weapon type.
I had to skin a greatsword, and so it says in the feat description,
Great sword.
greatsword. And he's like, I have a greatsword. I was like, no, it's not for a greatsword. That's not accurate. That's not what that is. I was like, just put it out of your mind. That feat doesn't exist. You can't have it. It's not for
That
you.
is homebrewed for something else.
Yeah.
It's so easy to make new weapons too. Honestly,
It is.
it's so easy to make a
Like the
second
double-sided
greatsword.
scimitar.
It's so easy to make another greatsword and be like, actually, the damage die is 2d8 instead of 2d6. I tell you what, Shard is just leaps and bounds ahead of D&D Beyond in
It really is because like
places.
that's such a simple thing. Like it makes no sense that D&D Beyond is like, no, you can't do that. Like it has to be an existing weapon damage die.
Like,
Like
the
it
other
doesn't make
thing,
any sense at all.
you can't add like new instruments, I'm pretty sure, in D&D Beyond. Like if I want to say I'm proficient in keyboard, like
Yep.
you can
You
add
also
it, you
can't
can add a
create a new.
keyboard to your
Yeah.
inventory, but you can't be proficient in it, and it won't be like this is a musical instrument.
Yeah. You also can't create a new item type. But I made drugs and shards.
Yeah.
You can force it to do whatever you want to do.
Get shit on D&D Beyond. We have drugs now.
To be fair, there's very specific things that you can't do, but they're so niche it makes sense that like it's not on the list yet.
I get it, but it's just like, yeah.
I think it's weird that like you can't like one of the hero abilities in Shard. You know how you can like do the hero abilities.
Yeah.
Like you would think that proficiency would be like one of the categories, but it's not. And it's like that doesn't make sense.
To be fair, you could hero ability them the proficient feat, which is capable of being taken multiple times, and it gives you 3 proficiencies.
I mean that's a workaround. That's good.
If that's something, yeah.
The only thing.
Well, it's just like when I was making Maliel, right? Like I want because Maliel specifically because of his gun, I wanted to swap out his thieves tools. You know, like because he has thieves tools proficiency because of his background.
Yeah.
Like the whole
Make it
reason why
Tinker's
Maliel,
tools.
yeah, the whole reason why Maliel has a custom background is because I had to create a whole new background to get rid of the Tinker's tools or to get rid of the thieves tools in favor of the Tinker's tools. You know. And I was like, this is silly that I'm having to do all this when I should be able to just check a box that says I have this proficiency.
Yeah. You could also just make the proficiency on the gun. Like having this gun equipped gives you Tinker's tools proficiency.
Yeah, that's true. But we worked around it. We're good.
Yeah. That's the thing. You can work around a lot of the things. And it may
Right.
not be exactly what you want, but you can make it work. D&D Beyond just goes, no.
Yeah, you can't do that. All right, Dad, what's next?
Oh, the sun rises. You all wake up alive. What would you like to do?
I love being alive while the sun rises.
It's
Well,
pretty
as this
great.
will make note that
Excuse
Corin looks like he got
excuse
fucked
me.
up by a blender.
You wake
At least
up.
2 of us didn't wake up alive.
Yeah, you wake up unharmed.
Well, I mean, I also don't love waking up alive either, Fig, so who cares?
You know that's not what I mean. Shut the fuck up.
You finish resting unharmed. I think that covers all of my bases.
Oh,
That
sick,
seems
sick, sick,
fair.
sick, sick.
And yeah, as you kind of up and Adam wake up and kind of go about your day, you see the villagers of Dewdrop seem to be a little more comfortable, having had the full night to sleep, finally unpacking the rest of the cart and supplies. They seem to be kind of taking to their new temporary residence, and you can kind of hear some talk about potentially going to the town nearby to you know see look for news or just do things. It'd be like if you were like in witness protection, but like there weren't any restrictions on like you have to stay in the monastery, and then there's just like a town with like shops and restaurants and shit, just like a 30-minute walk away. Although at this point it's like a half day, but that's neither here nor there. So, Corin, I'd say you have fully recovered from your ordeal.
Oh, that's comforting.
Everyone else, you didn't really have anything, so you obviously are okay. What would you all like to do?
It has occurred to me that I have forgotten a very important part of my backstory that needs to be looked into. Um, do I have any way of contacting Aylar now? Do we have sending in the party?
Maybe.
Are you eating,
Travis.
You get 3 guesses of what I'm eating.
He puts the
Cheese.
spoonful of peanut butter
Cheese.
down.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Peanut
An
butter.
entire block of cheese.
Peanut
Oh,
butter.
Fig has to guess. Fig guessing peanut butter.
It's either peanut butter or cheese.
It's probably not peanut butter. He's speaking too cleanly for peanut butter.
That is true. That is true. It's probably cheese.
Like he's chewing.
I need a final guess.
He's chewing, but he's speaking.
I'm gonna go with cheese.
Wrong. Reese's cups.
Okay.
Oh, jealous.
Would you have counted peanut butter?
I would have counted peanut butter.
Hey, Travis.
Butter and it rolled away.
Do you remember what your doctor said to you?
Every
out
time
there.
I hear that, I forget that it's a sound. But this time, just that one time, the volume was low enough that I realized that it wasn't Travis just saying.
I hate all of you. All right.
couldn't hear it.
like four once. I was like, oh, why did Travis say that?
Assumption, what would you like me to sending to Alar?
Hang on. I need to ask Philip real quick. Philip, what? I know. I remember my death.
Yes.
You know, my death. Do I now have memory of where that place was? Can I like make that connection with like having remembered more stuff around that? Please don't make me roll for this.
That is.
Or
a good
actually remember.
question. Yeah. Let's roll.
Hmm.
Do it.
I mean, I'm gonna do
It's
it.
gonna
but
be history. You know it.
It feels like history, but at the same time, it doesn't.
It's like personal, yeah.
I'll give you an option of you can make a history check or a wisdom save. Neither of them sound
What?
quite right for the role I'm going for, but I don't think there's a skill check that is like.
I mean, can I
Remember your
insight
past.
myself? I'm really good at insight.
That wasn't the point.
No, I know. Okay,
You should get the keen mind feat.
No.
That'd be so cruel to Philip.
I'm tempted to get it.
I'd have to like actually start writing shit down.
Yeah.
This right here is kind of throwing me for a loop a little bit, but it's
A little
okay.
bit, yeah. I'm gonna. I'll roll. I'll roll a save. Ooh, 18. Ow.
Okay. Let me look at.
If you're near Fenrir, it's a 21.
I mean, I'm probably near Fenrir because like my protection left, so I had to go find someone else. So I've been near Fenrir all night.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. Until he came back.
she's like, I have to stay close to somebody because it's not fucking safe here.
Mm.
Look at. Okay. You've got to be kidding me.
Are you having memory problems as well?
I'm not having memory problems, but based off of where I believe I have laid out the map, I know the duchy.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently I've not made any fiefdoms or cities for this duchy yet, in my head or in Obsidian. So, I will give you that information that you
Yeah.
know where you are from originally as a living, breathing person.
Mhm.
You know that that is kind of right to the north of the Duchy of Shadowfen, which is ruled over by the Lackmans. And
Mhm.
you remember kind of business of your brother taking him north, and that's where you were with him when all that went down in the
Mhm.
Duchy of Storm Harbor, which is kind of the eastern coast that's just like directly south of the capital.
Mhm. Okay. Do I know who's in charge of that? Do you know who's in charge of that?
I do. I'm going to say give me a history check for that one.
15.
Okay. Give me a second. Because I believe timing is important.
Because I died like 3 years ago ish, right?
Yeah. So, okay. On top of the history check, do an insight for me as well.
Okay. Oh, okay. The thing that I'm fucking proficient in.
So,
12.
there are two. Why don't my links work in Obsidian right? Why is it highlighted instead of clicking it? Am I in edit view or something? Source
Probably.
mode. There we go. So, you know that Storm Harbor is traditionally held by the second in line for the throne. So you
Oh.
have the king, their immediate heir, and then whoever is after them is typically the Duke of Storm Harbor.
Mhm.
And there's some contention. You've heard rumors that the current Duke of Storm Harbor is the king's brother, Ulrich, as kind of a sign of kind of respect and mourning for the king's wife and son who perished in childbirth,
Mhm.
that the duchy that is current normally held by the heir is just unoccupied because the king has none. The
Mhm.
other theory is that Ulrich is the Duke of Emberfell, which is traditionally the duchy the heir holds, and his son Leoric is the Duke of Storm Harbor. Regardless of which one you believe, it would be a Horn Raven who would be over this particular duchy that yours and your brother's most gruesome deaths happened.
Mm. Okay. I think what I would want to do is most unfortunately try and remember the actual incident and like what happened leading up to like my death kind of thing. Because like I can't imagine that I remember all the details and like trying to remember what the people were wearing. Like, did they just look like fucking assassins or some shit? Or were they wearing like a uniform, which would be dumb as shit, but you know.
So I would say, oddly enough, the thing you least remember about that day, which at this point, especially given your journey through Serena's ranks,
Mm.
you've gotten to relive that particular memory. The kind of thing you remember the least is actually your brother being there. Like, he
Mm.
was there, that's why you were there. But, like, when you remember kind of looking down at him and cradling him in your arms, like, you don't really make out, like, any facial features that you could describe to, like, anyone else. Like, it's
Ugh.
almost like there's still something about him in particular that is not coming back in your other memories. You would
Mm.
remember, it looked like stone streets, fairly well built houses. You're probably looking at like an actual town, if not city, not a village.
Mhm.
And then the people who killed your brother and just kind of left you traumatized look to be like kind of dressed like what you'd expect, just kind of like common street toughs to be, but obviously they weren't. Your brother wasn't a
Mhm.
pushover. You're not as strong as you were now, but you had some magical capabilities, and they kind of killed your brother quickly and then laughed at your inability to do anything about it and walked away.
Mhm.
So they were dressed like very common thugs, and but acted like maybe they were assassins, or maybe they were street thugs, but in the employ of someone who employs stronger, more ruthless street thugs than like your local, you know,
They were more
thief
expensive
lord
street
kind of
thug.
thing. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Uh, I don't know how I would want to phrase it to Lorazes because he is a pain in the ass to speak to.
Oh, please.
Hey, Lorazes, how much have I told you about
The trait that he and
my
share.
whole thing?
I'm gonna try to think back. Honestly, I don't think you've ever talked to me about your stuff, your thing.
Okay. Are you gonna be weird if I tell you some stuff?
Are we all
Hold
present
on
for this?
one moment.
I mean, yeah, probably. I think I've probably spoken to you about it. I know I've spoken to Fenrir.
I'm
I
gonna
want to
get
be
out a
present for this
journal
stuff.
and a quill.
Hey,
Like the tip.
Yes.
Oi.
okay.
She's like, I regret this decision already.
There are some details I haven't told the rest of the group, so I will explain what the fuck happened to me. I told you
Extrapolate
that
as much as you feel is necessary.
yeah, I was second in line for a 5. I can't like check Discord what the fuck it was called, but lordship thing, petty lordship, and
Dutchiness.
duchiness.
I
And
feel
my
like
brother and I were in the city, I guess, and he was murdered, and all of our men were murdered, and I was left to die, to go crazy, whatever the fuck. And
Are you sure you haven't plagiarized this from Corin?
yeah, it's a weird coincidence. Don't worry about it.
Still taking notes.
I
I've never
chose
been
a
in line for
different.
anything important.
Yes, well, I also chose a slightly different path because I
Abbey,
reached
Dutchy,
out.
same difference. Anyway.
I reached out and begged for help, and the answer I got was from Serena. And in exchange for my brother's life, I gave her mine. So I cut my own throat and came back as this, with slightly less memories and slightly more of a tie to the goddess. As I gain memories back, it occurs to me that I have a bunch of people I need to get revenge on, and I need to find out why my brother was killed and why this happened to me, I guess. So if you could be so kind, would you mind messaging Ayla and asking him if he could send some of his people out and do some research on tragic happenings in that city that I can't remember the name of about 3 years
The
ago?
mistness.
What? Hang on.
JT posted the pronunciation directly below you.
I refuse to accept that because there's not a G in it.
What? No, it's like Wednesday.
Ugh. That's the only way I know how to pronounce that.
Diamond.
Spell
It's
it.
diamond.
Diamond?
Diamond.
Diamond.
It's almost like diamond, except there's no D.
So what?
But
What
there is
were
a
we
D.
if we were
It's right there at the
in
front.
charge of a diamond?
Well, you know what I mean. At the end of diamond.
So do they like steal it from like the like Japanese feudal lords? Is that what that? This is just
I
like
guess.
the Swedish spelling.
That's you're the one who made it.
Yeah, Philip, you made this.
I didn't make this word. I'm not William Shakespeare.
You
Are you guys?
chose
You guys hear this?
Domain.
That's what
Hear
I
what?
was
it.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Domain.
domain, like domain, but domain
Yeah.
instead.
Oh, because it's a
So,
domain.
so what is the leader of that called?
Lord.
Oh, okay.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I was.
You guys.
I'm not gonna
are,
remember.
Like, super good at this.
Oh god, it's Anglo-Saxon. Yeah, no, it's probably domain.
Yeah, of course it
Or
is.
domain.
Yeah.
Blech.
Yeah. Anyway,
Blame the French for everything.
Mhm.
yeah. Send that message.
Fucking Normans.
Fucking
They-
Normans.
The Australian English adds a syllable. It's
Of course it does.
demiane.
I hate that.
That sounds terrible.
Can you send that message, please? Do you remember what it was?
Okay. So I need to ask Alar if he can send out some people to find out about tragic dealings with Damon or Diamond. However we're gonna pronounce it.
No. No, I'm assuming like people know what happened to my brother because like it's known that he's dead.
It's not known that he's dead. It is assumed because
Oh, did he just disappear?
he has disappeared with absolutely no trace
Okay.
and has
So
not popped up anywhere else.
Fair. So I know more or less where it happened, that city that I can't remember the name of. And
Yeah.
I know when it happened. Fig doesn't remember this now, and I can't write things down, I'm very tired. So I will ask you to like, hey, can you get Ayla to send word out to like find out about this incident that happened in this city about 3 years ago? Because that's the thing that did it.
They killed your whole like group.
It was like me, my brother, the guards. I was literally the only one left. And I think they just assumed that I would go crazy.
So, but out of
I guess they
character,
technically did.
your brother died, but he's not dead, right? Like he's somewhere else. under a
He
He was
got
name.
traded.
brought back. Yeah.
Okay.
But it kind of he got brought back, but he didn't get brought back as him technically.
Right.
So he
He's
didn't get
dead, but he's alive somewhere else.
Alright.
yeah.
I would like to send sending to Alar.
Oh god.
I'm sure this is gonna go great.
I'm gonna cast sending and go, Alar, buddy, pal.
Oh,
Great start. Great start.
Yep.
That's 3 words.
37 left. How many words do you have sending?
22 more.
25, so I have 22. Don't worry, I'm counting. I have been asked by Song Shin to ask you to send some people out to investigate the name of the town and murders that happened there. That's 25 words.
Okay. You get back. We'll look into it.
I'm real tempted to cast sending again just to inform him. You have 25 words. You could be a bit more conversative with this. But no, I won't.
Yeah, do it so Corin can roll his eyes so fucking hard.
Nothing I love more than waking up from a long rest and burning all of my 4th level spell slots on someone who doesn't want to
Third
talk to me.
level. Third
Sending's
level.
3rd level?
Yeah, sending's 3rd level.
Why is it 4th level for me?
Is it?
I swear to God.
It's not. It's
takes
definitely not.
I have to look up Alar now. I swear to God.
I
Philip's
think it's
just been-
because
Philip's
you
just been
had
manually
4th level
marking
spell
off the wrong-
slots, but you had rogue levels, so
Spells.
it's 3rd. Yeah, no, it's in 3rd. I think it was just you were at the level where
Okay.
you got 4th level spells, but because of your 2 rogue levels, that's
Yeah.
when you were able to pick it up.
Okay, so I'm just fucking out of my head, I guess.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. My 4th levels are invisibility and dimension door, but since I have drugs, it's really just dimension door.
That's fair.
That is fair. That's actually genius.
I have flourish dice and dimension door slots. That is how Alar plays the rogue. Bard. That's how I play Bard, which
Jesus
is the class
Christ.
that I am.
Amazing. Amazing.
I will be shocked the day you roll a full character with no rogue levels in like a long form campaign.
Okay, I was like, I did that in a one shot. Do you not remember Rock Slam?
I remember Rock Slam. My
It's
favorite.
just-
It is now canon, by the way. The somatic components, no verbal components for all spells, is the name of the spell, like Pokemon, unless it's more than like an action to cast.
I mean, it's
I think-
it's very like Final Fantasy, right? Where it's like Fireball or Buster Blade or
Yeah, or Giga Flare or something.
yeah.
There was a
Then everyone like cries.
there was a TikTok where a guy had actually made something
I
to
think I
four
saw that,
spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty interesting. I
Because
thought
So
about
that person
that
is
you.
trying too hard.
Because he was like, obviously you wouldn't just say the name of the spell. And I was like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that you're wrong.
especially if you're a very intelligent spell blade.
Completely wrong. You do just say the name of the spell.
What was my spellcasting modifier for that? I think it was int. I think canonic, like, I was supposed to be smart, but yeah, all my verbal components were just the name of the spell I was casting.
I think also it might be like what universe was it where it doesn't matter what the verbal components are, you just assign it in your head and you have to speak because speaking's the power, but the specific words aren't what matters.
I feel like that's what LARPing does. You basically like yell the spell.
Well, you have to do that in LARPing. There's some LARPing also, they have beanbags that you throw that is the spell, and the different colored beanbags are the
Lightning
spells.
bolt.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, I'm no longer as athletic as I used to be, but I still have a baseball player's arm. And if I ever LARPed where I got to throw beanbags at people as spells,
No, 100%.
People
You
are-
can do it.
people are fucking dying from my.
Yeah, because if you shield block or parry a beanbag, which I've also seen done in the air, you dodge the spell. So like, no, you fucking kick their ass with that beanbag.
I'm going
That's part of it too.
straight face.
Like, yeah, you might have 24 more HP left, but if you're on the ground winded because you got hit in the neck with a beanbag, you're out.
4th level fireball my ass.
Rock slam.
That's a
Just
rock.
start throwing rocks. Yeah.
People are just gonna be like trying to be fully immersed, and I'm just running around shouting beanbag while pelting people in the face. That's not even the name of the spell, you fucking asshole.
But in-
Oh.
In the LARP that I did, which was forever ago, Jesus Christ, that was
Just yell nut shots and smack him right
that
in the
was
face with it.
14 years ago. They had basically, it was like turn-based combat unless you and the other person agreed to like, and it became a 1v1, and then people watched because there were people who were in full get-ups that basically beat the shit out of each other, and they like avoided the turn-based combat. It was super good.
I love the idea of turn-based combat though, because it's like old-timey duels where it's like you get to shoot, and then if you don't kill the person, you have to stand still and let them shoot at you.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder we outlawed that. That's just a fucking stupid way to
Yeah.
solve things. But yeah, anyways,
I disagree.
Aloy, I just feel like I'm more of a Quick and the Dead kind of fan, which be quick draw. I don't even care if that's accurate, but the whole like shoot and stand bullshit.
My favorite is the at 10 paces turn and shoot, and you always turn and shoot at 8.
Oh yeah.
And then you win, and it's like, oh, well, that's not fair. He's dead. Who
What are
cares?
you gonna do? Call the cops? We were
Yeah.
already doing something illegal.
Oh, you're right, guys. I did it wrong. Do over. Oh, wait.
I'm sorry that I cheated at the crime we both agreed to.
It got out of hand, apparently, because people started turning at 8 because everyone was turning at 9, and then 8 became the standard. Even though you say it's 10 paces, and everyone with honor died. Which is why it was called the Wild West. Anyway, sorry. Don't want to...
Yeah. Alar tells you he will look into it, and I will eventually add fiefdoms and cities to that duchy so that Songshen could further home in on where it happened.
Sick.
And is there anything else y'all would like to accomplish today / right
Is there
now?
anything? Is there anything I can kill in the next 27 minutes?
Probably not. I mean, we could get on the road and we could probably find a random encounter there, but
If I turn Duchess's bag inside out,
Duchess is not with you right now.
this is a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It empties the bag of holding when you turn it inside out. I'm just saying. What would come out?
I mean, y'all did that when we first got those. Remember? And it nearly killed us.
Nearly.
Remember when it tried to kill us?
And we don't know that's going to happen all the time.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if we wanted something to fight fast, and now we need to find Duchess, turn her bag inside out.
Mhm.
I bet
Just
there's
fight
stuff to fight in it.
just find Duchess would be enough to get us a level up. What do you mean?
As much as I don't like the bag, we can't kill Duchess's pet while she's not here.
We might have to, though, unfortunately.
I don't think it's
I-
going to free the Eldritch deity living within it. I think what it's going to do is its most recent project's going to get out.
Mm.
And I'm down to fight that.
I hate that too.
I mean, it needs to die.
It does.
Or does it need a second chance?
No. No second
No.
chance. You'll die.
I think we've established that Corin is a no second chances kind of guy.
Just the guy on his 4th chance in life.
You'll
Oh,
die.
yeah.
Now that's a peanut butter voice right there.
Oh!
Stop eating peanut butter.
Man
during the
is
session, then,
man is
Jesus.
fully immersed.
You think you can just pass judgment on others?
Oh.
Where's my monster list? I'm up in the CRA list.
Damn it, man.
So just
Wait,
to
wait, wait,
clarify
wait.
Corin's stance, the Drow's still on their first chance, right?
Huh? Yeah,
It's on its last chance since it got away.
yeah. First and last, baby.
Did I tell you the hypothetical I gave Corin?
No.
A genie offers to kill somebody in the most painful and horrific way possible. His options were the person that was definitely 100% responsible for everything bad in his life, someone who is actively trying to kill his friends in the party, someone who is that drow, and then himself. And I was
No, to
expecting
be fair,
him
you
to
said the big
immediately
guy.
choose the drow. He was close, but he said the reason he didn't choose the drow was because he wants to kill him with his own hands.
I mean, that makes
I
sense.
respect it, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same if I didn't kill him with bare hands.
What are you gonna do if that drow is a good guy?
Kill him with bare hands.
You can't kill Essek.
I mean,
Bullshit.
Yeah, he can kill Essek as many
kill
times as
Essek.
In
you
the
want.
boy.
in
To be
the in
fair-
the immortal words of Sam Riegel, it's gonna suck when we have to kill him.
Yeah, yeah.
That is what happened, though. Essek is the one who met them on that mountainside, and is the one who fucked them up before leaving.
Mm.
And they didn't hold a grudge. They might have been fearing for their life, but they didn't hold a grudge.
Corin holds grudges.
Mm-hmm.
I can't blame him for some things.
Should that be the name of your?
I
Of your
feel like I
hand
can
axe?
hold him. I feel like I can blame him a little bit for the drow. I feel like he's letting the drow get to him. But he's had some very real grudges that he should be allowed to hold. Elias, the dark shadow entity that destroyed his abbey, things like that. And then also apparently
Yeah, you can have grudges against
The
those.
dragon.
that drow from that one time. Oh, the
That
dragon.
drop from that one time, whose name I don't even know. I need to know Neuromancer, man.
I hope I put an obsidian because I do know I named him, and I named him and the female drow mage I was with him, and the goal was like they're just kind of like neutral people who are just like vibing with whichever way the wind blows them. And then the names I gave them are like, these are the two most evil people you'll ever run into.
That's funny.
It's like killed your whole family, Shadow Blight, and stabbed your mom in her sleep, Famine.
Mhm.
And it's just like, okay, so obviously if they introduce themselves, people would know, yeah, I'm just like a mercenary soldier of fortune type person and not an actual evil human. And no.
Corin,
But-
have you named your hand axes? You should name them grievance and resentment, and it should be their grudges.
I have 4 of them.
I need more names.
Grievance, resentment, rancor, and umbrage.
Ooh, Umbridge is such a good name.
General Grievous.
Dolores Umbridge.
I'm just gonna stop you. I'm just gonna stop you right there. That's enough of that.
But you can add another one to your collection. Don't you want more hand axes?
I only have so many hands, you guys.
That's why he got more hand. Like,
Yeah. What if I got you a hand axe?
Is there a feat that gives me more arms?
I feel like there should be.
I
There's
agree.
there's magic initiative, there's martial adept, there should be like what you call it, like warforged limbs.
Listen. If you are hasted, do you get extra attack?
One more attack. Yeah.
Yeah, one more attack.
Well, you
No,
get
So
an
if you're
action you can
hasted-
use on another attack. So you
Yeah.
get
So
3
you could attack, extra attack, hasted attack, and bonus action throw. You could throw all 4 hand axes.
That's true.
And then the person you killed also had a hand axe, and you go, oh, another one from my collection. And then we find out how you can throw 5 hand axes.
5 is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be easy. I'm just gonna throw 2 of them at the same time.
I
feel like if
you need a
found it-
feat.
if you found an artificer, right, that would allow you to like connect the halves so that it's like a very mini like double-bladed scimitar, but it's like axes on each side.
Right. I've got 6 names for your grudges. So you can have up to 6 before it gets weird. We got grievance, resentment, bitterness, rancor, umbrage, and displeasure.
I like displeasure. It's like such a normie name compared to all the others.
I have to give Corin a +3 wicked hand axe that he names after the drow when he finally finds out his name, and he only throws it when he meets him again. Like, I'm just gonna make a legendary hand axe for her.
It's fucking gonna be Percy with his fucking barrels on his gun.
Exactly. Or like
Would you
+3
take
hand
a
wraps of
demonic
strangulation.
pact to take out that drow Corin?
No.
No, like a demon going, I could bring that drow right here, right now. You just gotta
No.
shake my hand.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're not princessing in the frogging.
Corin's a one god kind of guy.
Come
This
on,
isn't a
boy.
god. This is much lesser than that.
It doesn't matter. He's
It's a one-time fee.
He's a one being kind of guy.
Look, polyamorous, monotheistic. That's how we fuck in this party.
Yeah.
So, obviously, if there's anything y'all do want to do, like on this day of downtime in the temple, you're allowed to do that. Peruse the library, pray to your gods, whatever. The kind of head brother in charge is going to walk up to you with Allura in tow and inform you that she has agreed to be your escort south and will let you in.
And then he stabs me in the heart, right?
Yeah. Well, in the back, Gotta keep a theme here.
That's fucked, Philip.
I want to challenge Corin to 1v1 combat
Huh?
so that he can test his sword.
No.
I feel like that would be Finner. Who would probably offer that, but
You don't have blood. How can you test the sword?
I mean, he's out of line, but he's right.
Actually, because I'm a ghost slayer, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
He just needs a little bit of ectoplasm and he can slice right through it.
he just needs someone with a soul.
Yeah, so
Oh, well,
song
then
comes
I'm
out.
out. Alright, anyway.
I left my soul in San Francisco.
Come on, pig. Come on, where was that?
But,
Not even listening.
no, I'm not.
You're gonna turn down your chance to beat up the Razzies?
Yes. I don't need an excuse. I don't need to beat you up.
Beat you up any day he wants.
Is it because
Right.
you're afraid of me?
I just wake up. It's called a Wednesday, dude.
Let's fucking go. But yeah, if we're mostly happy with what we've accomplished here, we'll see you kind of get like a late start. You don't leave first thing in the morning. You've had breakfast. You do some stretching or training or however you want to pass the morning, and then after a nice little lunch is when like Allura is ready to lead you south, and she has like her pack all packed kind of thing, and we can pick up with the journey south next week.
Cool.
At level 11, right?
You're close. Even though you're the only one who did anything, I did award everyone experience for your little unconscious dreamscape.
I required the emotional support.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
everyone got the benefit of you almost dying and getting a cool sword. So
I would have it literally no other way.
you're one step closer to that sweet level 11.
I do have a question. Are there going to be other blood hunters in this library, or is this kind of like a abandoned library that's hard to get to that may or may not have been taken over by beholders or mind flayers while you were absent?
It definitely doesn't have a year-round curator's the wrong word. What would be like guardian? I don't know. Library guardian. It definitely doesn't have like a year-round person.
They would obviously just call it the librarian, even though it's like.
That's such a good beholder name, though.
But
The library.
it's
I mean, the
definitely, like,
librarian's a great name for like a great unsuspecting name for just a real badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why my CIA Thieves Guild are named the Librarians.
That's funny.
How do
My
you guys
Cool.
keep doing fucking divine intervention over here? What's happening with this?
I think if this character died, I'm gonna be a cleric. I'm gonna be a cleric.
You guys-
Just so you
guys
can
would be
divine
able to do
and
it
you'll
so
never roll
much.
below a 40 again.
But yeah,
You just rolled a 9, you sick motherfucker.
ridiculous.
That's awesome.
To answer Travis's question, the it's hard to get to because both just nature doesn't lend itself to people like exploring that part of the cliffs. And then if you were to get to the actual door, it's magically sealed, which is why you need one of them to open it.
It's bold of you to assume that, but yeah.
Your hubris will probably do nothing. I'm,
We'll probably do nothing. I was gonna say my
I-
hubris has been trying to deal with me
I just
for years.
I
It has
just
not
enjoy
been
it
able
too
to.
much. I'd be like, whatever, keep being hubed or whatever the noun of having hubris is. I'm gonna go with hubed. That
Is it more
sounds
than
right
a
to me.
day's travel?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Before we get there, someone remind me to re-up to prepare to spell magic.
I will
I would.
eventually get to where it is like actual distance wise, but you would know that it's like right on the border of two fiefdoms. One of them is in the Duchy of Shadowfen, which is the Lackmans, and then the other one is belonging to the Evenwoods.
The
So,
fucking who's?
the Evenwoods,
Do we know who those are?
they're another first family. You remember Roland from the party. Most of
Ah,
his family were either willingly or unwittingly on the side of the Brightwoods during the assassination party.
He
So
had the hot sister, right?
he did have the hot sister. She was the dancer. Yeah.
Banging.
So, yeah, that is kind of where the general location of it. It's in, like, right outside the town of Cliffs Watch, which is in the Evenwoods fiefdom, but it's like right at like the coastline where you're like getting close to going into the Lackman's territory. So it's like travel could go either way. You could be going through very friendly territory or very morally gray territory. So it could be fun. We might have some bandits after all, not just giant monsters. But that is
yeah.
where we'll pick up next week.